So what's it really like trying to sell reptiles at a reptile convention like Tinley?
Jeremy, don't do the filming inside our Airbnb.
We are here at Tinley.
I'm now back, safe and sound, in my humble apartment after spending 3 days in the Chicago area for the Tinley NARBC. Now, this was the best reptile show I have ever been to. Granted, it was the only reptile show I've ever been to, but trust me, when you see just exactly what we did, it'll blow you away. The first thing you do when you get there is, well, you gotta set up. Guys, I'm not really one to pat myself on the back all that much, but our booth looks pretty good. After that was all set up, of course people wanted to see the snakes. After we got all situated, I got the chance to check out some really cool vendors that were there this weekend. It was so cool to meet up with a lot of the other people that were in the reptile community, like Dav Kaufman, the curly-haired keeper, Brian Cusco, Tyler Rugby, and Catalia. Now, I did get the chance to make a bunch of videos with them, but I'm not gonna put them in here just yet. I will make a whole separate video, a whole compilation of every single collab that we did this weekend, so stay tuned for that. And then right as that first day was winding down, we actually ran into an old friend of Reach Out Reptiles.
He just lets me over his shoulder chat like on the internet. Let's go.
Oh yeah, and then it can stay there all weekend. Now everybody's summer ever Yeah, you're telling me.
And then came Saturday. Kid you not when I say this was probably the busiest I had ever been working for Reach Out Reptiles. From the lines that were out the door to the way that you couldn't even walk through an aisle without bumping into people, it was insane. Now that didn't stop me from getting you guys some content. You know that, right? That day, I stood right beside the line with a sign that said, "Ask me anything about snakes." Does Jeremy actually know anything about snakes? Tune into that video to find out. And then I also got to talk with our sponsor, Ship Your Reptiles. Hey guys, I am here with Chad Brown and Susie from Ship Your Reptiles. It's really amazing to have you guys on, first of all, just because, you know, we're always talking about Ship Your Reptiles, but now I get to see you guys face to face.
It's great meeting you.
Yes, nice to meet you as well, my friend.
Thank you. Well, listen, I had a couple questions for you. What made you get started with all of this?
Well, as the industry grew, there became a need for people not just to sell locally or sell at shows, but how do you have distribution for your animals nationwide?
Okay.
And once upon a time, everyone had to go to the airport and do Delta Air Cargo, and there was a service called Delta Dash. But now, with a service like Ship Your Reptiles, we can have that animal picked up from you and delivered to your customer anywhere in the country. No one has to drive to the airport. And now you can be a reptile keeper in Seattle and have your animal delivered to a keeper in Florida by 10:30 the next morning. So it's an awesome service. And again, we did this in service of the reptile industry.
then came the US Ark auction. Now, if you guys don't know exactly what that is, that's okay. I didn't know what it was either. So what happened there was a bunch of people from the reptile community went and donated different items and different animals that would get auctioned off for money that will go into US Ark. And of course, you know Garrett. He just had to show off. Garrett, I believe, walked away with 4 separate items that he won at that auction. He's crazy. Sunday morning was really cool too. Garrett and I got up pretty early and we went to, it was more of just a get together among some of the Christians that were in the reptile community. Brian Cusco was there, and even Mike from Mike's Monitors. It's really cool to get together with the community and talk about our faith. I also had an interview with President of US Ark, Phil Goss. Now, it was super hard trying to get an interview with him, but I came through for you guys, and I got that interview. And I know I've said it before, but that's going to be coming out a little later, too. So stay posted for that Phil Goss interview. It really took a lot of work to do. After that, I got Garrett's initial reaction on the albino anaconda from Megaconda.
Can you guys see it?
Oh, see a little peek?
You already saw it. Be real. Man, these things are amazing.
Really?
Yeah, see that? One here.
Like a few dollars cheaper than Redline or shipping reptiles.
You're being so patient.
What's up?
You're being so patient.
I'm being patient. So Andrew does all this crazy albino OGS stuff. This thing is crazy. I was just telling Aaron Metcalf that this is the less cool one and I would want that one. But that thing is so red. It's not even funny. You can even add Sunfire to it and probably push it further.
My favorite's gotta be this guy down here.
You like that one?
I just like a lot of different colors. So you got the lighter on top. Yeah. And you got the head that's a completely different color.
What about this paradox? Albino's supposed to remove all black scales, but look at all the black scales all over it.
Oh, yeah.
So they call it paradox.
I appreciate it.
She hit it. She hit it. She turned and hit
I
it.
got 2 of them.
Oh my gosh. I've been looking for you guys all weekend. I couldn't find your earrings. Can I hold it?
Have you been touching snakes?
No. Well, maybe my snakes.
Opens something stepped right on my face.
Put you out of your misery now. Oh my gosh. So when did you get these?
About 6 months ago. They were born in September.
And all good so far?
Yeah. I mean, I got the 2 visuals. That's it. So.
That's it.
She's a bad breeder. So she just dropped really small figures.
Yeah. And what sexes are they?
They're male.
Both male? Well, that's good, right? Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Oh, let's get them in the light. All right, Jeremy, your goal is to get the best footage of albino anacondas at the show.
And then, just as soon as it began, the Tinley NARBC came to an end. We packed up our booth, and we left. And I ended up here. my apartment, talking to you guys. The Tinley NARBC was a lot of fun, and I encourage everyone who has the chance to go ahead and try it out. You get to meet all sorts of people who have the same kind of hobby, the same kind of interests as you, and you do see a lot of cool things. Like I said, stay tuned for those videos coming out. I was so happy to be a part of it, and I'm begging Garrett to take me again in October. So I am moments away from posting this video, but I did want to take a quick second to thank a couple of select individuals, those being Kimberly, Nathan, James, and then his son James. Those were some of the people in the ROR shirts that were floating around behind the scenes. If you did see them and you were like, who are those guys? That's who they were. They were volunteers, and they absolutely killed it this weekend. So thank you to those guys.